This is an unusual and very elegant way of applying an edging. So an applied edging is attached at 90 degrees to your original work. This idea came to me from Kathy Carty, and it's so elegant. It's a great idea. It's a little fiddly, but worth it if you don't want any bulk in your join. So let's have a look at it. And when you get to the edge that you wish to attach to, knit through a stitch. Now this stitch is actually going to form the yarn we need to knit the next 2 rows. So slip that additional stitch off and pull through enough yarn to knit across and back your border. Making sure you get the correct end, the one that's attached to the last stitch. Simply take the working yarn through and work the border stitches. Turn the work around and go back to that same edge again. This can be any kind of border. Obviously you have to look at the ratio of needle sizes and stitches to rows. I'm doing garter stitch here. So unlike the usual method of attaching this stitch to this one in the form of a decrease, we work all the border stitches, gather up the slack and do it all over again. So knit a stitch into the edge, elongate that stitch. It's useful actually to have a spare needle here to enlarge the loop. Bring through plenty of slack. Make sure you use the end connected to the last stitch and across and back again before gathering the loop. If you decide that you don't want to keep turning the work, this method can also be worked from the right needle onto the left. If you can't remember which way to put the needle in, have the work in the conventional direction, put the yarn in the conventional rotation, and then turn it round and look at it from this perspective. One more border stitch. Now we can gather the slack out of the way. Then we can work the edge stitch, which we can now elongate. And the removal of the turning and manipulating does seem to streamline things considerably. And I find it's easiest just to take the strand I want to work with through between the needles. And there is our lovely, elegant join.